I want to... You swear you're not doing Tusk.
I'm doing Tusk.
Again?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You gotta do something else than Tusk. We already did Tusk.
You know what? How about you stop looking at my computer and just paying attention to the podcast?
I'm just like trying to bring out fresh stuff. I know what everyone's gonna say. It's gonna be like, he's talking about fucking Tusk again.
Yeah, maybe I want to. It's an underrated movie.
Well, yeah, but we already did Tusk.
Okay. I just told you I'm leaving it on here so you don't see what my movie is.
Okay, watching you, Mr. Walrus Lover, you.
Yeah! Yeah! Okay, Mr. Tusk, now fight for your survival. Let's see if you're a real walrus.
Welcome back to the punkrockhorrorpodcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Mr. Tusk.
And the only podcast in the world where the love of horror movies meets the culture of punk rock. And today,
He said it right this time.
we're here to remind you, Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Yeah,
It's June.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride. We're late to the game on that, but hey,
Yep.
happy.
I mean, we talked a lot about it on the last episode, but honestly, like, it's still...
No, we talked about how I fucked up not realizing that it's Pride Month when I could have totally like equated it to Pride Month.
I know. I was like waiting for you to say something about it. I was like, does he really not know?
I totally
It's
forgot.
all over fucking Facebook.
I totally forgot. It's not like a malicious thing I forgot. It's just I fucking forgot. Like I was dumb. I had a pure dumb moment. That was pure grade dumbness coming from this head over here. But happy Pride Month, everyone who's in their Pride parades.
Yeah.
Down with the straight Pride parades.
The real Pride Parade.
Yeah, straight Pride parade people. You need to get the fuck over yourselves. You don't need a parade.
Seriously.
We already tweeted about this, that it's asinine and unneeded.
Yeah. So get the fuck over it.
Like, us straight folk have enough going for us.
Yeah. We don't need a Pride time. It's like just every day. Basically, every day is like fuck, man. Just
come on.
This whole month. And you know what? Pride Month. Like, yeah, it's for the LGBTQ community. Right. You know what? It's honestly just for acceptance.
And if you've ever gone to any of those parades, man, like,
dude, I went to Pride. Like,
they're so accepting.
Yeah, I went to Pride 2 years ago. It was a great time.
Yeah.
People were super freaking nice. Everyone was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Just like the hate is just so dumb. And it's unneeded. It's like, it doesn't affect my life.
Yeah.
Like, someone being their choice of sexuality.
No, I get you, man.
Like, it doesn't affect me personally, so why would I care? You do you. If it makes you happy, do you. Like, be your own person, man. Be proud of it.
Why are we being so dumb? That's the question. Why are we being so dumb?
Pretty much.
And talking about things, why are we being so dumb, we're going to jump into things we love and hate this week. This is the segment of the show where we talk about everything we love and hate. We basically pick something that's happened that we've witnessed or been through in the past day, week, or month, and we're going to talk about it and why one thing we love and one thing we hate. Yep. So, who went first last time?
I went first last time.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did I even hate last time?
Because the time before that, we did the whole super deep one.
You're right.
Yep.
So you went first last time.
Yep.
So I'll go first this time. Yay! I figured it out.
I like how we always figure it out in the middle of the episode.
When
like all we had to do
keeps
is
us authentic.
Yeah, it's all we have to do is just be like, why don't we listen to the beginning of the last episode just to make sure before we start recording?
Nah, it's too much work.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, we're divas. We figure it out as we go.
I know. We like being dramatic.
Oh my god. The thing I fucking hate this week, and it's the dumbest fucking. First off, if Colorado has made the headlines, at least our 9 News department has made the headlines in any other state besides Colorado, I'm gonna apologize for my state's stupidity right now. Not everyone here in Colorado is a fucking dumbass. Most of us have our shit together and we're really cool, but some of us get mad about gay flamingos. So, basically what happened is that 9 News covered covered a story about how there's 2 male flamingos here at the Denver Zoo who got relocated to the same enclosure together because they love each other or they prefer each other's company. And there was pushback on 9 News for covering that, like people like sending really like foul-worded things, basically very homophobic like statements about 2 flamingos who love each other being in the same enclosure, being like, oh, why are you posting this, this gay agenda stuff? And, like, Kyle Clark, the news anchor, basically came on and was just like, and he talked to everyone basically saying, how does this affect you? Yeah. This isn't gonna, like, are you worried about your bird turning gay? Like, it's not, like, your bird at home is gonna be fine. You're going to be fine. And, like, he was tearing people. He did it really well. He responded very professionally well. But I'm going to be more angry for his sake. Yeah. And just say, what the fuck is everyone's problem? It's a goddamn pair of flamingos. Who gives... They're fucking beautiful to look at. We can acknowledge it. Hell, we can maybe even go so far as to make a gay joke with them being pink flamingos, 2 males loving each other. But to go so far as the fact of being like, oh, this is awful. That my whole world is ruined. Oh, God, I might as well murder my wife and kill myself. Like, fuck off. It's just 2 goddamn flamingos. You're gonna be fine. The Broncos are still gonna suck this year. Get over it.
Whoa, I wouldn't go that far. So.
Okay, the Broncos are gonna do moderate this year.
Thank you. Okay, I know you don't care about sports ball, but I do.
Hey, I like baseball, but you can't deny my statement on Broncos.
Just say no. I agree. They're gonna be mediocre. Like it's just whatever. I want to be pleasantly surprised this year. That's all I'm saying.
Point fucking being is that they're fucking flamingos, man.
Yeah. Just to add on to that, more than likely, like, close to 100% of the people that were bitching about it would have never known there were 2 male flamingos. Like, if they went to the zoo that day and saw that exhibit, they wouldn't be like, that's 2 fucking male flamingos. Becky, go get Tommy. We need to get out of here. There's, like, doing that whole entire thing. There's no way. No, like, if that was never touched on, they'd go like, oh, look at the 2 flamingos love each other.
Now I have this, like, image of, like, 2, like, ignorant guys just, like, at the flamingo enclosure at the Denver Zoo, just be like, I'll tell you what, Jim Bob, before we know it, them gays are going to be turning all our flamingos gay, and look at them 2 male flamingos. I tell you, they're too friendly on each other. And the other guy's just like, well, hey there, Tucker. How do you know that they're 2 males? Well, you see, Jim Bob, if you look at them, and, like, he actually goes to an anatomy, breaking down the anatomy of, like, a flamingo and how he knows. And like, and God damn it, if that happens, I swear to God, I'm going to send an angry email. I'm not coming to the zoo anymore.
You know what's even the best part about that?
What?
If the guy was smart enough to know about the anatomy of a flamingo,
yeah,
he wouldn't be hating on 2 gay flamingos. He'd be like, it's fucking whatever.
Yeah, right. It's fucking. And I was thinking about on the drive up here because we're recording in Fort Collins today. I was thinking about the drive up here. I'm like, I wonder how many people get mad at 2 flamingos being in the same enclosure, but laugh when they see 2 male dogs humping each other.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so dumb. Like, honestly, like,
so from the bottom of my heart, Colorado isn't always the stupid, but I do apologize for the stupid people in our state.
Yeah. And and to accompany us, like, your point on that too, I saw the greatest tweet ever.
Oh, yeah?
It was like, how is teaching our children about, all the different types of sexuality going to make them gay? And he's like, how's that going to make them gay? I learned about World War II and everything, and I don't want to go invade Poland. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, right? Like, it's a good point. It's a good point.
Because that reminded me of the thing that I hate. It totally changed to what I actually wanted to talk about on it. But you can do the thing you love.
So, anyways. So the thing I love, and I don't know if I'm ever going to have a good theme for me to review it. I'm going to hope it comes up. But I actually really love Straw Dogs.
Yeah.
Like, because we're talking about, like, guilty pleasure movies this week, right? And, like, Straw Dogs, the remake, the one with Alexander Skarsgård and James Marsden, is arguably a guilty pleasure movie. Because, like, so a good chunk of the movie, like, follows, I always forget his name, but he was Dracula in Blade Trinity.
Yeah.
And so I
could look it up because I'm, like, literally right on IMDb.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now too. But so he plays a man who's mentally challenged.
Yeah.
In the.
Well, don't talk too much about it, just because we might be able to do it.
Well, like but he plays. I won't give it away, but he plays a mentally challenged man. Dominic Purcell. That's it. Dominic Purcell. He plays a mentally challenged man in the movie, and he like Dominic Purcell is a really great actor. It's just such a weird role for him to play because he just it's not. It's like he's on the cusp of doing the role just right, and it kind of pulls away from the whole movie itself. But I love the movie.
Never go full retard.
But like, so he plays, but it doesn't focus on him. It focuses on James Marsden, and like, I just really love Cyclops being in a horror movie.
Yeah,
because I think he has a lot of chops for like a horror film career.
Yeah,
and I just like the movie. It's a good revenge story. It's not as brutal as like I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah,
and it was just kind of, and I just loved watching it. And it was like one of those rare moments where I could actually sit down, not worry about anything going on in the world, and just watch a horror movie. And just kind of be myself in that moment. And I just love that. I love that I was able to do that. It's a really weird thing to love, but again, it's why it's called Things We Love and Hate. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess I would say if you have that movie, find that movie and watch it now. But yeah, those are things I love and hate. Cody, what do you love and hate?
Do it now. Do it now. The thing so what I love, it's my mom. I love my mom. Because she has done a lot for me lately, and I'm not saying she never does anything for me. She does a lot for me, anyways, and she's the greatest. But I just have to say, like, the thing that I love about my mom is I was having a really, really hard week this week. So like, I saved up a bunch of, because my birthday's coming up on the 20th, and I saved up a bunch of money, I was either gonna get my like. Haunter tattoo to finish off my ghost theme on my arm, or I was gonna start my comic book theme and finally get Captain America tattoo.
Right.
For my birthday, and I saved up all this money, but like all this stuff kept coming up with my car, and then yesterday I don't know what it was. I was just having such a rough day, and I got to work, and my car key bounced out of my pocket. Like, cause I guess I just barely put it into my pocket. I thought I stuffed it in more, but it got locked in my car. And so I had to call a locksmith to come get my key out of my car, and it was like 2 seconds worth of work, and it almost cost me $200. Jesus. And that was the rest of my money, and I didn't even have enough to cover it all. And the guy was like, "It's cool, man. Like, just like I'll just take what you got." And it just like really just fucking destroyed me because I was like, that was all my birthday money because like I had to spend almost over $200 on my car earlier in the week. And then I spend another, and then I had to spend that, which was just stupid money. It was wasteful money. Because, it was just something stupid as my car key falling out of my pocket. And I called my mom, and I was just, freaking out, telling her how, I lost all my birthday money that I saved up over the past couple months over, all these different little things. And she was just awesome and sent me an early birthday present. She sent me $400 for my birthday.
Oh man!
And it just really helped out because I had that was my gas money and everything was just gone. So I love my mom. She's the best.
Aww.
So yeah,
we love our moms.
Mm-hmm. So if you have a mama, go hug your mama.
Hug your mama today.
Tell you love her.
We know this
Mamas
is right after
best.
Father's Day. Still love your fathers too, but go hug your mom too.
Oh, that too, man. I'm not even gonna be able to. See, I'm working 17 hours straight on fucking Father's Day. I don't even get to celebrate it this year.
It's a crime.
And I'm super upset about it.
Do you want to vent about that? We can vent about it. We probably shouldn't vent about that.
No, it's all right. It's just how life works. But the thing I hate, you talking about, we're talking about the gay agenda, and then that tweet about World War II.
Yeah.
The thing that I hate, and I think is one of the worst things ever, and I hope it's a fake post, because I didn't have time to read over it more, but I saw a post that YouTube is removing all of it, all the videos of the Nazis.
Yeah.
Not just the shitty alt-right people. Those videos I believe should get taken down unless they're documentaries, but the documentaries about Nazis, that you're removing. I know I was right now I was well, are you trying to defend Nazis, Cody? No, they're removing World War II documentaries about Nazis and Hitler and all of that stuff. And the thing is we can't erase our history.
Right.
We need to remember our history, and that's one of the worst things you can do is try and erase the past because not only are right now we're already repeating history right now with like all of our hate towards the LGBTQ community,
You know what?
and then just our hate against even minorities still, and then all the shit with like that Trump's doing. It's just it's stupid. Like, we have to remember our history so we can be better.
Yeah,
it's just regressing, and it's pissing me off. Man.
I hear you, man. You're doing it.
It's just one of those things. It's like, just be better. Like, watch those videos. Remember what our history was, and be a better person. Not to repeat that. Like, that's what we need to do as a society. And we're trying. And right now, everyone's trying to erase it. And like, I know YouTube's doing it partly because of like the super PC culture that we're in right now.
Right.
Like, I'm all for it. Like, if something offends you, like, yeah, it like really offends you to a personal core, like someone coming up to you and calling you like the FAG word. I don't know. I can't say the F word because it's like that means fuck. But you know what I mean. Like,
I think you can say it as
giving like calling you slurs. Yeah,
slurs,
like
gay slurs,
or race slurs, like any of that stuff. Someone's like doing shit like that, or like being proud of being a Nazi and stuff. Like, yeah, that's offensive, and that needs to be talked about and fixed.
Yep.
But like taking down documentaries and all that kind of stuff that's teaching us like the history. It's like, why are all these things trying to dumb us down and stuff? It's like, we need to be, as a people, we need to be better. We need to learn that so we can grow.
Well, and it's like, it's so, yeah, they can make the argument. It's like, well, we're trying to like erase like a bad part of history. Sure, maybe that in itself
those are what we need to remember.
Well, but at the same time, you're also erasing a whole race's history. Like, the Jewish people, like, they're proud of their people. They're proud of, who they are because they went through so much shit.
Yeah.
Like, in, way back in Egypt and now here in World War II in Germany, like, they're, they still survived. And to erase that history can also be seen as really disrespectful to them.
Yeah. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, be smart.
Well, I mean, even for Native, I'm not trying to, like, push an agenda here, but just to make a comparison, like in the Native community too, like we always have to like remind people like what happened to Native land and what happened to a lot of Native people, because everyone always forgets how America came to be, and they never include the tragedies and the genocide that our people go through and are still going through today. And it's too. Obviously, we're not happy about all the bad shit, but people need to be reminded.
Yeah, because that's part of my culture. Like, I come from some Jewish heritage, and then I also come from Native heritage, and I know I come from German heritage, and it's just like, but I want to like believe that like the horrors of my ancestors can be fixed because I know about them.
But it's part of your heritage.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I'm not saying I have no idea if I have Nazi heritage because I know nothing past my grandparents. Because my family doesn't talk about our past that much. I don't know why.
Maybe that's the reason why.
Could be, man. Well, I know on my dad's side, it's because we don't know who my great grandfather is. So we have no idea from my grandma's dad, and I've never heard about my grandpa's parents. Yeah. Well, no, he was a sailor in the night. My great-grandma ran a brothel in Hawaii.
They keep secrets.
Yeah, I know. but yeah, it's just one of the things, like, we can't erase history. It's like, yeah, we have a lot of dirt in our past, and we're going to have a lot more from what's going on now. But we have to remember these horrible things so we don't repeat them in the future.
Agreed.
So it's just like, it's one of those things, like, don't do that.
It's the extreme pages that are like promoting it.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Like we said,
the alt-right videos, those can be taken down because that's super hateful.
Like that Alex Jones show. What was that called?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Some crazy guy goes crazy.
It's stories from a jackass.
Yeah, like that makes sense.
Yeah, but on a lighter note, I just want to talk about one more thing that I love, and I just thought it was the greatest thing because I read that. So I shared that post about the alligator with the knife in its skull, and it was just swimming around Texas, and I was like, this is the most metal thing ever. Yeah. Well, I read the article about it, and it was just so funny because that alligator is part of a small little community of alligators that live in this cul-de-sac with all these people, and the people feed them like pigeons.
Oh my god.
Like these alligators are so like inscribed in this neighborhood.
That's what happens when you fuck up an ecosystem.
Well, the alligators are fine. They're human friendly. Like, they just chill with the people.
Well, yeah, because they were conditioned to.
Yeah. No, I know. But it's just really funny because the woman was like, because the whole neighborhood was like saying this is disgusting that someone purposely stabbed this alligator. But then the scientist went like, yeah, that didn't do shit to the alligator because the alligator's brain is in a certain spot in its skull, and its skull is so thick that it doesn't even know that the knife is in there anymore. It doesn't acknowledge it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why you see even like when Steve... Sorry, I'm interrupting.
I was saying, because to kill an alligator, to truly harm an alligator by stabbing in its skull, you have to know exactly the right part and how much pressure to put, because an alligator's skull is so thick and its hide is so rough that it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So unless you're a professional, know where to go to kill an alligator, like, it's not doing anything. So I just laughed because this lady's like, that poor thing. That alligator's just like, whatever, that makes me look tougher for all these bitches out here. Like, you want to try and stab me? I'll take you down.
They call me Old Knife in the Skull McGee.
Yeah, so that was just something I thought was really fucking cool.
You know what though, like, but that's just like to be fair, I mean, I guess like if I had a alligator come up out of me nowhere, I would freak out.
Well, I don't know if I'd hunted it down. That's what the lady was saying in the article, that someone purposefully went at the alligator with a kitchen knife. And I'm like, I don't think that was on purpose. It was probably like some tourist or something, or a visiting family member, which is like, what the? Like, just freaked the fuck out. And the alligator's just like, whenever I know when I'm not wanted, I'll be back later. Karen, you better have that chicken ready.
To be fair though, that's like also like why Steve Irwin and a lot of those like crocodile alligator hunters, like would like pull back whenever they swing their head. It's not only just because they're trying to avoid getting their ass bitten, because that skull is so thick.
I know, like, I don't want to get headbutted by an alligator,
just because that won't feel good at all. And if you're someone who, I'm not even gonna continue with that joke.
Nope.
Yeah, that was a joke. But hey, I'm gonna see that movie Crawl from Sam Raimi.
I want to see that so bad. It looks so good.
Sam Raimi's gotta do good on that.
Yeah.
Swear to God, it's gotta be good. It's gotta be good. It's alligator. It's gonna be fucking rad.
It's Sam Raimi hamming it up with alligators. Like,
yum, 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 yum. That's how alligators eat in my mind. You go yum 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 yum. This tastes so good. Yum 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 yum. Person.
So so
all right, let's
move on. Oh, and one more time, I want to give a huge shout out. Oh my God, to Robbie and Anthony for coming on with that awesome interview. I hope you guys loved that interview. We had such a great time.
Yeah, that was a blast, dude.
Yeah, like that's our like.
And the fact that
combined something we loved this week.
Oh God, I can't believe like I was able to talk like fucking Robbie into doing Michelangelo.
Yeah,
like, I'm really happy about that.
Like,
and it's not like I really talked him into it. I just asked him.
It was just funny because me and you were both like wanting to ask him, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm going for it." And we're like both like fangirling, like, "Is he gonna do it? Please do it!"
And he's like, "Oh, of course, totally." And I'm like, "Oh God, Robbie!"
And he did it. I was just so happy. It was great. But no, and just like. And also just hearing how much him and like Anthony love doing movies together. Love their band, and just like,
what was so
how
cool?
all these are passion projects for him. Like, it doesn't matter.
Oh man, that was such a cool moment too, because it's just like, it was just like me and you, dude. With anyone else, like anyone who comes up to us and actually talks to us about horror movies outside of the podcast. Like, it's just like the same. Robbie and Anthony talk to us the same way as we talk to everyone else.
Yeah,
and it was just such a cool, like, surreal moment, because it's like. They're huge because of the Sharknado movies, and also because of like Robbie's like voice acting catalog, and just like fucking.
Sorry, you might start hearing some really loud meowing because I need to calm my cat. Go on.
The pain of the cat. No, it's cool, man. But just them being so cool, and just like talking about horror movies, talking about Sharknado, and just like talking like they were just. Like,
Yatches.
It was just cool, man. Like, it was fucking surreal. It was a surreal moment.
Especially for me, man, because you know how much I love those fucking
movies. You were so excited. You're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't like your movies. Like it was fucking good, dude. That was a solid interview. They said they'd love to come back on again.
Yeah, and I can't wait. Like, I really do hope we can get him back on again. And like you said, like, by chance, maybe someday do an in-person interview with him would be fantastic.
Oh god, that would be awesome just to hang out with
But
him.
yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed those interviews, and we're
gonna jump into our movie reviews. We're going to do some movie reviews. Yeah. The question is, who went last time? I don't remember. No, I went first.
You did?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I talked about Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And you talked about Death Note.
Yep. Death Note and Penny Dreadful. And
Yeah, and like how Penny Dreadful is better than Hemlock Grove.
You know what's really upsetting? After we got done doing those interviews?
Yeah.
Is that the new season of Black Mirror came on? And I was like, God!
Oh, you mean reviews?
Yeah, when we did our reviews,
yeah,
and the new season of Black Mirror came out.
Yeah, you're like, son of a bitch!
I wanted, because I'm like, that was my chance to talk about Black Mirror, and I blew it! Fuck! I'm so mad. I love that show so much, and it's so good. And I got so mad. like,
you're like, I fucking hate the world.
And I was like, I hate my life. I just hope I get a chance to talk about Black Mirror on here someday, just because, like, God, I fucking love that show.
We'll bring it on. We'll figure it out. Man.
Yeah, it's so good. Anyway, and even though this new season's getting flack, this is my one thing about this new season.
It gets flack every fucking season.
Okay, I do see where the flack is coming on this new season, except for I haven't watched the Miley Cyrus one yet. But all I say, it's really fucking good, but this whole season is really awkward. Like, the first episode, Vicious Strikers, is a very awkward episode. You feel uncomfortable during the entire thing.
Isn't that a good thing, though?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because when you watch it, you'll understand my uncomfortability with it. But it was still really good. And the ending was just out of fucking nowhere.
I'll just text you, hey, I get it.
Yeah, you'll see why. But anyway, so we're talking about guilty pleasure movies. And originally I was going to talk about Sharknado to tie in with our review, like I said in the last episode. But I changed my mind. What? Like, last minute. I know. I pulled a Matt. You pulled one this time too.
How did I pull one this time?
Because I know you were going to talk about Straw Dogs.
No, I never was.
Oh, I thought you were.
No. I want to.
Okay.
I could have talked about Straw Dogs. I really could have. Mm-hmm. But instead, I was just like, I want to wait for Straw Dogs. Mm-hmm. I want to wait.
And so I was going to talk about Truth or Dare. Also, I decided to do that one, but then I was like, no. I can use that for, like, a Blumhouse episode or, like, just cheesy movie episode or something like that. Because it is. And I was just like, okay, I need to think of a horror movie that I actually like that a lot of people shit on. And I was just like, I see the criticisms, but I love it so much. So I had to talk about the remake of Quarantine.
Oh, you mean Wreck?
Yeah, Wreck's American remake.
Oh man, that's a. Whoo!
I know it's a very divisive one, but I loved that movie.
Oh shit! It's gonna get fucked up in here.
It is, and okay, don't get me wrong. I understand the reason why people hated on it, but guess what? I saw this one before I saw the Wreck one.
You know what, man? I'm in that same camp with you, actually.
Yeah. I know. I think me and you both talked about it. Like, we actually enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
And then I just remember, like, I don't need this right now. But so I was like, man, I like that movie. It was actually pretty good. I thought it was I thought at the time it was original until I found out it was a remake. But I remember I went and saw it. It was one of the few times I hung out with my brother and his ex-wife. It was before they got married, but like they invited me out to a movie, and that used to never happen for me. And so we went and saw this, and I remember hearing how she was so excited to see it, but then she hated the movie because she hated the main actress. It's Jennifer Carpenter, because she's the chick from the Emily Rose, the Exorcism Emily Rose, and she's Dexter's sister in Dexter. For those who don't recognize that name.
But she was cool. I liked her.
Yeah, I like her too. That's why I just thought it was funny. But anyway, so for those who don't know, the synopsis of Quarantine: a television reporter and her cameraman are trapped inside a building quarantined by the CDC after the outbreak of a mysterious virus which turns humans into bloodthirsty killers. The remake was directed by John Eric Dodell. It was written by John Eric Dodell, Drew Dodell. And it stars Jennifer Carpenter, Steve Harris, and Columbus Short.
Doodle.
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 Doodle. Doodle.
Doodle. Doodle. That sounds like a sound a Pokemon would make.
Yeah.
Doodle Chew, I choose you. Doodle. Doodle.
Doodle.
Doodle.
But,
Doodle Chew,
yeah.
use Quick Attack.
Because, like... It'd be like,
super effective.
it'd be like an electric water type. Doodle, use bubble.
Are you listening, Game Freak and Niantic? We made you a new Pokemon. You're fucking welcome, Nintendo.
Doodle, doodle. Okay. So I enjoyed this movie. Like, I like it a lot, and honestly, I think it gets a lot more hate than it really deserves because it's a well done movie, and for an American remake, like the thing that I thought was so funny is that it's almost a shot for shot remake of Wreck, like. Oh, basically a shot for shot remake. The only difference is the American version is a little darker, like darker lighting. Than Wreck was.
Okay, so not atmosphere, but just lighting.
Yeah, and so like, and there were great actors and actresses in it. Like the wife from 2.5 Men, she was in it. I always forget her name. The ex-wife. Yeah, I can't remember her name from it, but yeah, she's in it. There's this other guy who's in it. He plays the veterinarian in it, and he's like a really well-known actor, but he's one of those guys that I just know his face, not his name. Anyways, so, like, I mean, it's a good movie. It had good plot. Like, you know, like, it kind of keeps you in the dark, just like the people you're following, like your protagonist.
Well, what is the plot about exactly?
I already said the synopsis.
I mean, like, how does it unfold?
So they get a call. So they follow a fire team, a firefighting group into this apartment complex for a call about, I think, like a small fire or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember why the fire department was going in there. But... So they go in there, and then like, and so when they're in there, like you hear more about like this lady upstairs was bit, or like she was really sick, this older lady, and I think that's why they were there. They were expecting her just to check up on her. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, shit just gets real the second they get there. Like the CDC closes down the building.
Yep.
Won't let anybody out, and they're all freaking out, like, how the fuck do we get out of here? And like the CDC's telling them, like, just stay calm and stay there. Like, just stay where you are. But then, like, all shit just starts getting real. Like, they go up and check on the old lady. And that was one of the scariest scenes, is when they go to check on the old lady. And she just turns around and freaks out and rips this guy's neck out and stuff. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and then even, because I think it's that same dude, because as they're walking back down the stairs, right, try to get away from her.
Yeah, like, where the fireman gets chucked over the railing.
Yeah, like, and no one expects it, and he just, like, slams right on the floor.
Yeah, and it scared the crap out of me when I first saw it. And honestly, the movie holds up for a 2008 film. Like, because it looked like they used a lot of, practical effects over CGI.
Right.
So it still holds up today. And that scene where, like, there's this great scene. And I totally know the Last Exorcism rips it off. When the guy, like, he's being attacked by one of the zombies, the cameraman is, and he's just beating her face in with the camera, and you're, like, seeing it first person because it's a found footage film. Right. And it's just so fucking intense. And you can just hear, like, the fear in the guy's voice at the end of it when they're like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. And he's cleaning off the lens and everything. Like, oh, it's such a good movie. And, like, I hate the fact that everyone hates on it so much because it's, like, it's really good. And don't get me wrong, I know why, like, one of the reasons why people hated on it was because, like, the commercials basically give away the plot of the movie. Like, it shows you the ending of the movie in the trailers. Right. And I remember that. But, like, you don't think that when you first see it. So, yeah, like, honestly, I would say go put aside your hate on this movie, why you hated it before, of just, like, oh, it's just a American remake of a good Spanish film, and like go back and watch it. It's solid
because it follows like Jennifer Carpenter and her character as she's like kind of thrust into this mystery of this disease that's spreading within this whole like complex.
Yeah,
and like it gets so much more kind of like vulnerable and dark and decrepit because like what happens is it's just like It's like, I guess a good way to explain it, it's like in a zombie apocalypse film, like there's like everyone has to kind of figure out their shit as it hits the fan.
Yeah,
But there's some time in between before it like really hits. Where this one, it's just like,
Right
no, they're
then and there.
legitimately unprepared.
Yeah.
Like, what if it's like worst case scenario, the worst case scenario?
Yeah.
Because like even when someone tries to actually leave the building, they get sniped and shot at.
Yeah, I remember one person tries to leave and just gets mowed down.
Yeah,
and
like
leave.
just boom, just bullet to the head.
And
And
like-
it's like such an unnerving feeling because it's
Yeah.
like inside the complex there's these people who are, you know, infected with the disease that's turned them primal and
Mm-hmm.
wants to kill you, and you want to escape, but you can't escape because you'll get shot. You're
Yeah,
either way
and
you're
so
fucking
it's like-
dead. So how do you
so
survive?
they're like trying to find a way out of this apartment complex without notifying the CDC.
Yeah.
So and it's really fucking good. And then like, especially near the end when they realize they have to keep going up instead of getting into the, because originally they're like, we need to get into the sewers, so they want to try and get down. But the infected are like starting to swarm from the bottom, so they have to keep climbing up to get away from them. It's like.
Yeah.
It's like, what would you do in these split-second scenarios and
Right.
stuff? And so it's like, it's good.
Oh, dude, and because it's probably one of the first, like, one of those few like found footage films, like first person POV films. It's actually is a really good job.
Yeah, it was good film quality.
For a con, I will hold that against that though. Just in some points, it's like way too shaky.
Yeah, I will give it that. And like, and another thing is like, and I know another reason it was shit on is because it came out in 2008 when the found footage was just everywhere. And everyone was just like, oh my god, another found footage film. Oh my god, another found footage film. So it was definitely from fatigue. But like, the reason why I want to talk about this movie is because like, it talked about, I saw a video where this was like a 10, like top 10 worst like American remakes or something like that.
Yeah.
On What Culture.
Yeah.
And Ash, me and her have usually the same taste, so I like her videos.
Yeah.
But when she started shitting on quarantine, I was like, fuck you, Ash.
That's it. Fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about anymore.
Yeah, Ash from What Culture. That's the one time I disagree with you.
I think that's the biggest thing we fool ourselves every time is thinking any of them listen to us.
I know. And it's like, we have listeners in the UK, maybe.
Maybe.
You know?
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you, Ash. But
Still a far shot, but I doubt it.
I know. But yeah, so it's a good movie. Like, I definitely say if you haven't seen it in a while, go back and watch it. And like, watch it as its own movie, not the fact that it's a Wreck remake and Wreck's the superior film and stuff like that. 'Cause
I mean, because
I like it. I enjoyed it. And I thought it was really, really good. They did so many things right, especially with like the panic, the pandemic, and the atmosphere is really good of just constant. Like they never let up throughout the whole movie. You're constantly having your heart pumped. Like once they take care of one zombie, then something else happens, and then another thing, and then another thing.
Oh yeah, it's like once the zombie, like it's when somebody, I don't want to, because I don't want to give it away, but there is like this scene where like you think it's just going to be a person standing in a hallway.
Yeah.
And it just escalates.
Yeah.
And keeps escalating every single time.
Yeah.
And it's really unnerving because it's kind of the like how worse is this scene going to get for this person?
Yeah. And the other thing that I really liked about this movie, no music.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the whole movie. There's no music. And that's super like rare in a big budget Hollywood film. Cuz like Cloverfield even had fucking music at some points. Or intense, like,
yeah.
This had none of it.
No.
And so when it was quiet, you were like,
it was really
like, especially when I was
you're like
watching
listening too, right?
Yeah,
like
because it's putting you in the shoes of the cameraman. And so like when I remember watching it in theater, like when it was super quiet, especially at the end when they were trying to be super quiet and like avoid the doctor and stuff.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the edge of my seat. I was like,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And I think that's one reason why Outlast gets me so fucking bad is because it's like PTSD from way back when I first saw this movie, because it's the same thing. It's all in that like night vision from a camera, and that's how Outlast is played, and it's super quiet throughout that whole movie. So it's like this in the movie, just like Outlast in the game, and it's just it's so good. So definitely go back and give Quarantine another try. Like, it's a solid movie. And it's definitely underrated.
And if you haven't watched it, this is our invitation to check it out now.
Go check it out. If you want like a fresh fresher take on a zombie movie. I'm not gonna say a fresh take because there's only so many ways you can do it.
But I would say a fresh take on like
American zombie,
or even like a first-person found footage film.
Yeah, and it was actually a fresh breather to me. It was, especially when it included the zombies, just because like at that time there wasn't a whole lot of like found footage zombie films. I feel like there were at least big ones. I know not Guillermo del Toro. Oh my god, I can't remember. Yes, George A. Romero came out with his found footage zombie film, Video of the Dead or something like that.
Yeah, Diary of the Dead.
Diary of the Dead, that one was decent.
It wasn't one of his best works, but it was definitely one of his more inspired works.
Yeah, like it was good. Like that's how I enjoyed it for what it was. But yeah, go back and watch Quarantine. Either go back and watch it or watch it for the first time. It's solid. It's a good movie.
Do it.
I don't know if it's on Netflix or anything because I own this movie, so that's how I watched it.
Burn.
So yeah. So if you hate on this movie, I can kind of see why. But honestly, like.
But that's the whole point of this week.
It doesn't deserve how much you're hating.
It's guilty pleasures.
Yeah, so I'm defending it. I like this movie. Here's some fun trivia about it. I'm not... Both Jaime Balaguero and Paco Plaza, directors of the original movie Wreck from 2007, have expressed their big dissatisfaction with this movie. I'm going against the original directors, too. Jesus.
Ooh, shots fired.
I know. I mean, I could see why. Their movie got remade within a year of their original coming out, so I understand that. And yeah, I will say, 1 year to remake a really good horror movie I will give that a big con. The apartment complex was a set, but a fully functioning one with 4 floors. Oh, okay. I get what they were trying to say. They built a fully functioning apartment complex, basically. And it was shot in chronological order. So that's kind of cool, especially for a found footage film where, you know how most films, they'll shoot this scene and then they'll shoot a scene that comes way after and then a scene that comes way before, you know, they have to work what they got. This whole movie was shot all in chronological order, which I think is really cool. That's pretty rare. Let's see.
It took 4 hours for Doug Jones to get into his full body prosthetic. His role required him to film for just 1 day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
The average shot was between 4 to 6 minutes long. It was not screened for U.S. critics, which I think is kind of funny.
Huh.
It's a remake of Wreck. Wreck 2 was filmed in the same building, but Quarantine 2 Terminal wasn't filmed in the same building, but in a plane and in an abandoned building. I will say Quarantine 2 was very much a letdown.
Yeah, that one kind of bugged me out.
This is actually kind of cool. Both Jennifer Carpenter and Steve Harris have starred as comic book characters in the Batman saga. Carpenter would go on to voice Selena Kyle in Gotham by Gaslight, and Harris voiced Detective Ian Bennett / Clayface in The Batman 2004 to 2008.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
It
apparently also was not screened for U.S. critics.
No, I already said that.
Oh, sorry.
This is kind of cool. All rabies symptoms in the film are depicted accurately. Because that's the whole thing in the film. They're saying it's a terrible rabies virus. They didn't know it was zombies.
Yeah.
Jennifer and this is kind of cool. So this is about the end. Spoiler, so skip ahead like 30 seconds. Or no, I'm going to say 5 seconds so I can read this.
Okay, in 3, 2,
1. Jennifer Carpenter specifically asked that she never see the attic set. That way she would know nothing about what to expect to see there, let alone be familiar with any of its geography. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. That's actually like a really nifty like improv acting in a film. Like the very end where she can't see anything, so that's all like straight up her freaking the fuck out in the attic. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, go back and watch this movie. And I know like there's a lot of hate and stigma around it because it's an American remake and very few of those do really well. I think it was done very well. So yeah, go watch Quarantine. It's a solid zombie movie.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now. You do it now. Yeah, no, definitely. Let's give it some love. Yeah. So, jumping into mine, I decided to. I already talked about it on Monday's episode, but I took a suggestion from our listener participation corner on Monday, and I actually took a movie that they suggested, and I'm gonna give some props out to this individual in particular because it is their movie that I chose. And it's their movie.
He's trying to find the person. That's why he keeps ranting on about it.
Yep, totally am. So, big thank you to Deborah Laird at Deborah_Laird. She suggested Frailty on our listener participation corner, and I decided to do this movie. And so Frailty came out in 2001.
Fairly upset about it.
I'm sorry.
I know. It's all right.
And so it's I'm sorry, it's just like I feel bad. It's directed surprisingly by Bill Paxton. Written by Brent Hanley, and stars Bill Paxton, Matthew McConaughey, and Powers Booth.
Bill Paxton's so good in this movie.
So the synopsis is: a mysterious man arrives at the offices of an FBI agent and recounts his childhood, how his religious fanatic father received visions telling him to destroy people who were in fact, quote, demons, unquote. So, with that being said, that's my movie review. No. So I did appropriately title this one, Would You Like a Side of Biscuits with Your Cup of Frail Tea?
Get out!
I had a hard time coming up with a good title for this one. That was the best. That took me like 10 minutes. I was really upset with how long that took me. I feel like I could have still done better. But anyways.
Right. My original notes was, I'm going to quarantine the haters.
Aw, that's better than mine.
But then it got deleted.
Aw. So,
Told you I had a rough week, man.
I'm sorry. So a few pros I have for this movie, which is going to be all my pros, basically, is this is probably one of Matthew McConaughey's more underappreciated roles.
Yeah.
Like it's just because this is pre like what is this? What is that movie with Jared Leto? He's in something like $1 Million Club.
Oh, the Dallas Buyers Club.
Dallas Buyers Club. Thank you. Yeah, it was like before that. It was before Interstellar.
Way before Interstellar.
Yeah, it was, and it's just he did a really good job in this movie playing someone who's like been affected by trauma.
Yeah.
So as the movie unfolds, we find out that Matthew McConaughey is the grown-up version of the teenager he was with his father, who was the original God's Hand killer. And so he comes to this FBI agent's office and says, I know who the God's Hand killer is. Mm-hmm. And he recounts his childhood of Bill Paxton, who Bill Paxton plays as Matthew McConaughey's dad when he's a teenager. And, Bill Paxton does a really good job at showing the crazed psyche of a serial killer.
Yeah, because he's cold and calm.
Yep. He believes he has vindication.
Yeah.
And what he's doing, and it's kind of like a cut from the book of a serial killer. He gets a vision in the middle of the night. God comes down and talks to him, says you have to kill these demons. You need to find these 3 weapons to kill these demons, and I will give you a list of the first 7 demons you have to kill. And he's like believes in this, and he's telling his boys, this is what we got to do. This is what we're doing now. This is our job.
Destiny.
Yeah, and it's like. And it's polarizing not only just because it's like he does a really good job at showing like the crazy psyche of a serial killer and how that goes, but it's just Bill Paxton as like a serial killer, like the guy from like fucking Field of Dreams,
like, Aliens.
Yeah, well, Aliens makes more sense, but
I know, but it's like I remember Bill Paxton from Twister.
Yeah, fucking Twister. Yeah, and like it's
when
just
I saw this movie, I was like, he was such a good guy.
He plays like usually a heroic role, and just for him to play someone so twisted and messed up in the head is just like, fuck. Like it's really polarizing, dude. Like seeing him wield a double-headed axe and kill people.
Yeah, man.
Like it's fucking. Oof, man.
Super unreal.
I had to make it a pro. Yeah, like it works for it. I will argue that it works for it.
Yeah, it's so good in this movie. It's such a good movie.
It really is. And and speaking of like the serial killer psyche, like the descent into madness is shown and told really well. So we see Matthew McConaughey talking about when he was a teenager, about how like when his dad's talking about how he has this mission from God now, it's the family's mission, how it just feels like a dream.
Yep.
Like because he's basically expressing that the whole situation is so surreal that they went from a quaint, small little family on this little, in this little house, trying to just get by, accepting that their mother's gone.
Yeah.
To now they're family murderers. So it feels like a dream, and then eventually, when later on in the movie, Matthew McConaughey makes his character makes the statement, the dream ended.
Yep.
And that's just how you know that this descent into trauma and madness for all of them kind of just finally sank in, that this is their life now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such like a brutal kind of like line to be given too.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows the trauma of the song of both sons in a polarizing manner where
man,
where
Matthew
McConaughey's character Fenton, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, I was trying not to give like names, but because that becomes a spoiler.
Yeah, well, don't worry, I'm navigating this really well.
Well, it's just the dichotomy, because the younger brother wants to follow this life so bad, and then the older brother, who Bill Paxton's, the entire time, he's like, you're gonna carry on my dream.
Yeah.
It's because you're the oldest, you're the most responsible. Like,
Yeah.
just seeing him like fight it.
Yeah.
But then his little brother is just like, no, we
brother,
gotta do
Adam,
it. Yeah, like Adam's like, just putting their
he's
dad,
enamored.
Yeah, by this, and just wants to be part of his dad's mission so bad. But like Bill Paxton, he's just always like, no, this is for your older brother. It's his destiny. Like, to follow in these footsteps, and like you'll find your own path. And like, just always pushing the younger son aside in a sense, because he wants the older one to take up the mantle. It's just, God, it's good.
No, I agree, man. Like, and you see that a lot too, because you see like you just said it, man. Like the younger son Adam, who just sees, like, he agrees with his dad. He's like, there's a scene in the movie where Fenton and Adam arguing, where Fenton's trying to like speak to Adam, be like, Dad's a murderer now. We need to run away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and Adam's just like, Dad's not a murderer. He's a demon slayer.
Yeah.
We've never killed a living thing.
Yeah.
Like, even Bill Paxton's character is just like, I've never killed a living thing.
Yeah, these are all demons.
Once I touch these individuals, their sins will become apparent, and you'll see it.
Yeah.
And, like, Adam's just like, I've seen it. Like, Fenton, I've seen it. Like, I'll pray for you.
Yeah.
I'll pray for you. And just, like, that twisted, like, brainwashing just, like, is really just, like, unnerving. Which I'll also say the actor who plays Adam as a young kid is actually the same actor who plays Peter Pan in the live-action Peter Pan film.
Yeah.
I was like, so I guess he really did go to Neverland. That isn't like a spoiler. I just thought it'd be really funny.
Yeah.
So it also has like its really intense moments. So there's a scene where Bill Paxton's character makes Fenton's character, or not Fenton's character, makes Fenton dig a hole 10 by 15 and like 10 feet deep, I think, or like 15 feet deep. Either way, point blank, he makes him dig this hole, and he digs this hole for like 5 days straight. And like Fenton's being very against it their time, be like, I'm not going to pray to God once, and I did not pray to God once this entire time I dug this hole. Mm-hmm. And so finds out that he's digging the hole to make a cellar.
Yeah.
And so when they finally get the cellar built, and they bring down the first victim into the cellar, and like, it's a very intense scene.
Yeah, dude.
Like, because it's just like, it's like, now you built this, now you're going to kill someone in it.
Yeah, now you're going to finally kill your first demon.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck!
Like, and it's like very intense for that scene. I liked it a lot. I also with this all being a really dark and decrepit movie, I will say the setting is very nice. It's like in a small town in Texas, and it's actually just a very quaint kind of like Stand By Me kind of like small town setting, and I just really liked it. I'm going to point that. It's like a really weird thing to point out, but I'm also the same person who got like really fucking mad at the protagonist in Killer Clowns from Outer Space, like choice in sweaters. So,
yeah.
I mean, it really be that surprising that I'm going to have these weird pros. So, and there's also a really good twist, and I'm going to touch on the twist, but I want to do my cons first before I get to the twist. So,
the twist, man.
So, my cons real quick is that the intro, and I'm going to do this to every fucking horror movie that does it. I don't care how much I love it. I'm going to do it every single time. The intro is too goddamn long. It is too. Now I get why the intro's there. It's showing like newspaper clippings and happenings of the serial killer within the town, right?
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to like create that foreboding, like, atmosphere. But foreboding doesn't always equal entertaining.
Yes, it does, sir.
For fuck's sake, if your intro is a minute long and that shit is going on, like, and you're just showing like words and nothing's really progressing the story, I'm sorry, it's just not fucking entertaining to me, man.
So did you not like the intro to the Hills of Eyes remake?
No, I hate intros like that.
Really, I loved it.
Like Ginger Snaps, like its intro was actually fucking good.
Oh, I thought the remake's good. Whatever.
I'll have to watch it again. But point being is that I like Ginger Snaps did a really good like intro because it showed like the sisters killing each other for a class project.
Yeah.
Like that carried on well.
Yeah.
But this is just I hate foreboding doesn't equal entertaining. Okay, there's a way to do it right, but if you're only relying on forebodings, it's just going to be boring. I'm sorry. It sucks. The sheriff in this movie sucks at his job. I hate the sheriff because at one point Fenton actually goes to the sheriff's office and he's like, "You gotta come! My dad's fucking killing people!" right? And he's just like, "I'll show you. Come to the cellar." And like the sheriff doesn't believe the boy at all.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Well, I guess we'll go look," and gets him in trouble with his dad. His dad ends up locking him in his cellar for fucking a week. Yep. And it's just like such like a, and then the sheriff gets fucking killed because he didn't listen.
Nope.
Like, it goes in with that stereotype of, like, every horror movie when it comes to cops. It's like, for some reason, cops forget their common sense. Mm-hmm. Just like, I don't know, if this kid is absolutely certain that, I don't know, it just fucking made me mad. Like, god damn it, like, you're a cop in a small town, stop, like, you have crazy people.
I'm in a small town, nothing happens here. Oh, your dad's a killer, huh? Alright.
I'm not gonna
Hey, Mr. Killer, your son's saying you're a killer.
What's that in your hand?
Yeah.
You want to come over for tea, officer? Sure.
Is that an axe, dude? Because you're the killer. Oh, cuts his head off, and his head just keeps rolling. He keeps going. Oh, you cut my head off. So that means you're the killer, right? No, whatever. You should probably keep your son on a tight leash.
Yep. Boys will be boys, I suppose, and dead.
Yep.
I also gotta give this movie. Was a little disappointed. It's a definite 1 out of 5 buckets of gore.
Mine was definitely a good 4.
Yeah, yours was.
I
was really bummed out by that, man. Like, I'm not gonna hold it against the movie, but it's just for a serial killer movie, it really kind of just bummed me out, man. Like, I thought I was gonna get shown more. Like, I get why, I get it why, but it's still just like
they're demons.
Because they're demons.
Demons don't have blood.
But it's just fucking. It just bummed me out, man. It's not enough gore. There should be more gore. That's all I'm getting at.
So shall we talk about the twist ending?
So the twist ending. So if you don't, this is gonna be one time, like every time, that I strongly recommend that if you don't want this spoiled for you, and I skip ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
Like if you haven't seen this movie, you should definitely skip ahead because
I would give you about a minute to a minute. Let's say a minute and a half. So
yep.
1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm gonna give you 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, so this is the spoiler section of my movie, right? Mm-hmm. This is what I'm talking about right now. So here's the thing that really bums me out about the fucking movie, is that it doesn't bum me out because it's actually a good twist, but it bummed me out at first. So we find out that Matthew McConaughey is actually Adam.
Yep.
Is the little brother, and he's like pretending to be Fenton. He took Fenton's identity
and everything
because he actually came and found Fenton.
Because he was on the list.
Yeah, so Adam's like, I was always planning to kill my brother Fenton, but he needed to appear on the list. Yep. And so one day he just did. He went and found his brother Fenton and killed him. And so the entire time that that we think Fenton is actually talking to the FBI agent, because it's actually Adam. And
because all the like
and so Adam like lures the FBI agent to the Rose Garden where they hide all the bodies, and finds out that the FBI agent was also on Adam's list because the FBI agent murdered his own mother.
Yeah.
And so it becomes this fucking scene where it's just like, holy shit, like the FBI agent played into the hands of Adam, and then when they follow up on the killer, they follow up on the missing FBI agent, they find out they can't find him, and they stalk straight to Adam as he's a sheriff in the town. and it's just like, it's just
the entire time they're interviewing, trying to figure out what happened to Adam.
Yeah,
because Adam got disappeared, and then he's talking. He's like, "We just want to," and Fenton, quote unquote, Fenton was like, "Yeah, he's dead."
And there we go.
Oh God,
there we go. That was the end of our spoilers. Sorry,
Yeah.
we should have put in more time for that one, but that
Yeah, no, go watch it. Just go watch the movie.
yeah, that was fucking rough, man. I mean, like, rough in the best way possible, because it's just like that moment where you're like yelling at the screen that you know the answer, and you're just like, ah.
To me, dude, like when I first saw this twist ending, like, fuck, I did not see it coming.
Yeah,
Because like when it happened, it was one of those moments where I was like, "What the fuck?"
I have seen enough movies like this that I did see it coming, but I didn't expect it the way it was going to do it.
Yeah.
Like because I just saw, because I knew, because I can't talk about it now because the spoilers are over.
Yeah.
But point being is that this is a fantastic fucking movie. Frailty is great. Thank you to Deborah for suggesting it. And it's just a good fucking movie. You can watch it if you have a Stars account on Amazon. You can watch it for free, or you can go on Amazon and rent it for $2.99 right now. I definitely should recommend that you watch it. It's definitely worth your time, and it also, like, it has a good pacing the entire time. It doesn't drag when it can totally drag. It actually keeps a good pace, and it gets it done. It gets the movie done, and that's what I love about it. It tells its story. So, a few interesting trivia facts. Bill Paxton used the same beer can the entire filming of the movie because they could only find one Hamm's beer can like that from 1979. The can was, quote-unquote, opened off-camera, and a sound effect added for popping its top. Explained the director commentary at around 52 minutes. Directors James Cameron, Sam Raimi, and author Stephen King all singled out Frailty 2001 for high praise. King considered it one of the best horror movies of its year. The film is set in Texas and has 3 Texas-born actors, top billed stars. Oh yeah, Bill Paxton, Matthew McConaughey, and Powers Booth. Go figure.
The demon-destroying axe is inscribed with the letters Otis, O-T-I-S. The significance of this writing is never given. Fans have speculated that Otis Mikes is the true name of Bill Paxton's character, Dad. Others believe Otis to be an acronym for Only the Innocent Survive.
Well, actually, when asked why the axe used by his character has the name
read
Otis,
that one first.
Yeah, I do. Carved into the handle, Paxton said that he wanted the axe to have its own personality and to be unique. He found the name in Pasadena when he was there scouting for locations to film. Paxton met a homeless man and offered to give him some money. The homeless man did not want charity, so Paxton instead offered to buy the use of the man's name for his movie. The homeless man's name was Otis. Oh man, that's really fucking rad.
Yeah, dude, Bill Paxton was a cool guy.
He still is too. He still is. No, I know. Like, I know he's. I get it, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he still is. Like, that's never left.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking love Bill Paxton.
Anyway.
Like, anyways.
Putting the name Otis on the axe was completely director Bill Paxton's invention. According to Brent Hanley, at around 56 minutes in the writer community commentary, at around 1 hour and 30 minutes in the production commentary, it is noted that Paxton put the name Otis on the axe to market, so that the audience would know that it is an heirloom passed from father to son.
Yeah, and I still just can't, it was nice. I'm sorry, it was just nice seeing Bill Paxton in this movie.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years, but it's still nice. Jerry Sumter, who was cast as younger brother Adam, originally auditioned for the role Fenton.
Just one quick Bill Paxton.
Sorry.
No, not for the movie. I just wanted to throw a fun fact about Bill Paxton.
Oh, okay.
He's the only person to be killed by an alien and a predator. Or him. I think it's him and the guy who plays Wayland Yutani.
Huh.
Or Wayland. Not Wayland Yutani.
We miss you, Bill Paxton.
Yes, we do.
The world is a colder place without having you in it.
Yeah. But yeah, so definitely go check out Quarantine again and check out Frailty. So those were our guilty pleasure movies.
And if you want to be caught up with everything we're doing and be involved in our listener participation corner, please like us and follow us on Facebook. Search us up at Punk Rock Horror Podcast. Or you can like us and follow us on our Twitter, where the majority of the action happens at officialpurehp or
Instagram, Punk Rock Horror Podcast Official, and Punk Rock Horror Podcast. Hashtag PRHP Podcast.
If you want to support the show, please go over to our Patreon and consider becoming a patron for only just at least $2 a month, and you'll get access to content before anyone else, get a shout out on the podcast, and you will also get access to our bonus show, the Punk Rock Half Hour of Power, where we, continue the conversation with our very own, and also CPRA's very own Lala. Please go on there, check it out. We have limited, we have limited sales on merch right now. All items are discounted 10 to 15% off. Please get yourself a shirt today, or some stickers.
Yeah.
Except I don't think the stickers are discounted, because those are pretty cheap as is.
I mean, discounted shirt, man.
Yeah.
So
come on, guys.
Shirt. Take a picture of yourself in it.
Send us those pictures. We will put them on our Instagram. We'll put them on our Facebook, and we will put them on our Twitter. Thank you again, Ghouls and Gals. This is the month of the Ghouls and Gals. We are going to be doing everything we can to bring out some of the best content to you. And
yeah.
Stay.
And honestly, hope everyone had a great Pride Month.
Yeah.
For our
we hope you had a
LGBTQ
great
communities.
and safe Pride Month.
I hope everything was good for you guys this month.
So stay tuned. Please keep sharing us with your family, friends, and coworkers. And with that being said, podcast over.
Podcast over.
Bye.
Bye.